Just going to ask everyone to mute themselves as you're joining. I'm just trying to change my screen really quick. I want to make sure it's on speaker. This part always messes up for me, so thank you for your patience. Okay. We have Ruben in the house, it looks like. Yes, we do. Welcome, Ruben. Thank you for being here with us. This is something that I have been so excited to come into connection with, to meet you, to learn from you, and to introduce you to my beloved community. For those of you that are just joining this space for the first time, welcome. And welcome to everybody. My name is Mackenzie. I am the founder of KAKAO Ceremonial Drinking Chocolate. That's KAKAO with a K. And for most of us here, Ruben, just so that you know, we have come together as a community for some of us in the last 8 years, some new, some old, to bring our hearts together to heal, to connect with something bigger than us, to connect to our soul's purpose. And we've been lucky enough and privileged and blessed to work with KAKAO to assist us in doing so. And so birthed from that has been this amazing community all around the world. There are going to be a lot of people that catch this recording after the fact. Every single month, we do a batch blessing. And this blessing this month that came through is called the Rainbow Warriors Edition. And I know you're going to have a lot to share about that today. So without further ado, I'd love to pass the torch to you, Ruben, and have you introduce yourself. And if you're called, I would love for you to offer any sort of prayer or, intention setting for us to drop into a space of connection together.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me change my screen too. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm very grateful and very honored to be in everyone's presence this beautiful afternoon from from Hopi Land, Arizona. Ruben Saufkie Sr. yan pahan maatiwa. So my English name is Ruben Saufkie Sr. Nikyang namam kasi yan Hopi maatiwa. But my spiritual name is Mam Kasi, which means afraid of the bear. Happy Pat Kiwangwa. I am from the water clan of my people of Hopi, and I'm very grateful and very honored to be alive, this beautiful sacred Mother Earth that we're all living on. And recently I given myself a new name. My new name is Afraid of the Beer. which is true. I'm a recovering alcoholic of little over 25 years now. And it took alcoholism to teach me to be a better human being. And I know that alcoholism, addiction has no boundaries throughout humanity, throughout Mother Earth, It affects everyone the same way wherever you are here on Mother Earth, But I'm very grateful, very fortunate that I woke up and now I'm living a better life, It's been a blessing with so many beautiful challenges that led me to this point in my life, So I just wanted to introduce myself in that way. But I'd like to share a prayer where everyone would join me. And since I am water clan, I also have some sacred water that I have in a bowl. And then I have my pouch here with cornmeal in there, white corn, so that we can all join in prayer using what we refer to as the spider web, the internet. So hold on just a moment. So I have my little crystal bowl here with different glyphs in there: the butterfly, the dragon, the tadpole, which is life, the prayers for a long, healthy, happy, Hopi life, the migration journey that we are all on here on Mother Earth to achieve this: the balance, the harmony, the unity, the peace within. So here I have some sacred water from all over the world. And one important thing that water taught me was no matter where the water comes from, when you pour it into one bowl, one gourd, it becomes one. And that's the most powerful teaching I received in 2006 when I led a group of runners all the way from Arizona, from Hopi, all the way to Mexico City. So here is the blessings of the waters for everyone here. I like them. Nana ni sumi tutin hati uwi ahita puyaki hati mo. And here I have my cornmeal. So this white corn is very sacred to me and precious because it's grinded and grounded by my daughters and my nieces. So every year in just right after summer solstice, the young girls who are 13, 14, who had just come into puberty, they go through a ceremony we call Numan Vakya. Numa is to grind the sacred corn. So the very first day, right at sunrise, they are put into a dark room for 4 days from sunrise to sunset. And they are not allowed to see the sun, our Father Sun. So they're kept in this dark room from sunrise to sunset, grinding the sacred corn. And the first day is the white corn for their fathers. So this white corn that has been grounded and grinded by my daughters and my nieces is very precious to me. It has the most feminine divine spirit essence, which now becomes my prayer. Now we call it Oma, our prayer. So I'll say a prayer for Ima. It piyang it awit ang piyo na mi ay kaya niya katayan, may taka ng tiniya, hinimol sin mo mumi ya ay kok putak puma piyo hala kyang katsi lon mat alung tutan ha piyo ubi ni kengoy tamoy yang sino mo kami sokya yang itiwa katsi ang yes kamoy yak itamita ukiwa ay nana mi pikin yan it lon mat pits kon ni takat piyo pas ang kulalay kyan ha piyo ubi tusuk hita ita ko hopyong itang pai punaw hupitutan ha piyo ubi pai pas ubi lon mat ni yes yoni yumak kita timayam ta kachitam na bukyang tusuk hita kuninit na kamuma yakyan tani. So I'll put this water to the side And what I've learned from water is that every human being is a rain cloud. And my grandfather has taught me, as our elders always teach us, itam susoy u umaute. Every human being on Mother Earth is a rain cloud. Why do you think every human being is a rain cloud? Does anyone have the answer? Please comment. It's very simple. No one? Yes, Dean Bottle said, water, we are like prisms. We are all made out of water. Yes, we. Since we are water, our body is over 75% water. That makes us a cloud. So in Hopi, we would say, ne, I am a umau. Ne, umau, is what I would say. And for everyone here that is watching, all of humanity are umau, are rain clouds. So when we pray, normally us men, we pray with our pipes. So our pipes are this, made out of clay and with the reed, the younger brother of the bamboo. So when we smoke the pipe, the green tobacco, we call for all the clouds to come from all the 6 cardinal directions, because moisture is very needed here on Hopi. We live in such a dry, barren land here that we do not have the water to irrigate. So everything surrounds and revolves around our way of life, not just ceremony, but our way of life every day, And we do our best to practice these teachings of our ancestors. So when we plant the seeds, my grandfather had taught me as a young boy, you have to have a good heart when you plant the seeds. A clear mind. So your heart and your mind will connect as you're planting the seeds. He said. And you always sing a song when you're planting the seeds, This is our traditional planting stick. This is called tepko. It's a greasewood. So here is the point, the tip. And it's very dense and very heavy. So this represents Father Universe opening up Mother Earth. And then we plant the seeds, This is blue corn. It's very dark, but we also use it to represent the black people, the black cloud. So when you open up Mother Earth, you have a good heart, a clear mind, and you sing a song because everything resonates through you, everything is energy, vibration, frequency, And one important thing I like to say is my kwa, which is grandfather. He always taught us, and I'm very grateful that I was the first grandson, And he always taught me, he said, Haknav labaye tu kaiten yukala tamo. When you speak your own language, you have spiritual strength. Ita labaye susuk hita awilta. Our language has every connection, every essence to our way of life and throughout the universe. Soon tamhisat pahan labaye akmong wasyani. We can never spiritually benefit with the English language, because that's not ours, but we can communicate with it. And that's how I'm communicating with you, but I'm very fortunate that I speak my own language, without it, I don't have any strength, So I'm very grateful for this because, like I said, when you plant, and this is the right time for us to be together here using the spider web. So as I'm talking to you, please don't look at me as somebody special or sacred. I'm a simple human being just like you, here on Mother Earth, And I want to tell you that every life is precious, In Hopi, we would say, Pai susuk sukyate sinmoy katiam hikyata. Every life is precious and worthy, Doesn't matter who you are, And if we can really find it within ourselves, then we can be kind and respectful to one another, And maybe then the fighting can stop, So this time we've had prepared our fields, and some of them have already planted. I haven't planted yet. I'm still waiting a little bit. Maybe in 2 weeks, I'll start planting. When Mother Earth kind of gets warm. But we're very grateful and fortunate for the abundance of the moisture that we receive through snow. So snow is very important for us first, and we're very fortunate that we live high. Our elevation is over 6,000 feet here. It's such a high elevation, but it's very dry and barren here. So what we call dry farming without the moisture, the water to irrigate our crops, But we're very grateful what we receive from the universe, And we can grow in abundance. And this is what we've learned from our ancestors since time immemorial of all their migrational journeys to here, So it's very simply said, but it's one of the most challenging things to do living here in such a dry, barren land, But I am very honored, very grateful that I am born in this body to follow the Hopi way of life, The Hopi way of life is for all of humanity here. It's the same prayer as the Buddhists. The Buddhist prayer simply said, may all beings benefit. That's the same prayer that we have. And my grandfather, always said, when you pray very short. The shorter your prayer, the faster it will reach the Creator. Just like that. Like an arrow. You can pray a long time, but you'll lose its spiritual strength when it gets to the Creator. Maybe it'll take a tea or a coffee break on the way there. So when we pray, like I said, the men, they use the pipe and the tobacco. The women, they use the cornmeal, what we call homa, And then when the clouds come, it's not just the clouds, the snow clouds or the rain clouds. It's all of us humanity coming together, all the four colors, So here I have this ayah, this rattle that my son made, So it represents the four colors of humanity here, I have a few rattles that I want to show you all here. So here, the white people are the white cloud, The red people, the brown colored skin, like myself, I am the red cloud. Down south, the brothers and sisters are the black cloud. And towards the east, the Orientals, the Japanese, the Chinese that live that way. They're the yellow cloud. All of us living here on Mother Earth together, And these feathers, these feathers represent all the prayers of humanity to one supreme being, God, Creator, Allah, whatever you want to call it, Everyone respecting and honoring the supreme being in their own respectful way, Creator, God, the supreme being, will receive everyone's prayers. So these feathers, all our prayers from all of Mother Earth's children to the universe, And the symbol here represents the yin yang, Our heart and our mind are friends, Negative and positive are friends. So you see it's black with white outline, So this is our yin yang symbol. In Hopi, we call this na kwatsim. This is our friendship symbol, Your heart and your mind are friends, And when all the four colors come together, the black, the white, the yellow, the red, then we form the rainbow here. So the rainbow is here. This is why many people refer and talk about the rainbow warriors, Someday, hopefully soon, we can really put aside all our pettiness, what causes separation, division, fighting, wars, I know personally through my own recovery, unfortunately, not everyone's going to wake up, Many people are still sleeping, But it's those of us that have found the awakening through the compassion of forgiving ourselves first, It took that, the real unconditional compassion of forgiveness for myself. And I know I have made many mistakes, just like everyone. As human beings, we're very prone to making mistakes, But I'm very grateful that I found this with the inspiration of my wife, My wife is, I call her my Buddha, I call her my Buddha because she has taught me the compassion of forgiveness, Through my darkness of alcoholism, I have disrespected her so many times, but she always found the compassion to forgive me. And I'm very grateful and very thankful, and I respect her for having 6 children for us, So I have 3 daughters and I have 3 sons. And I have 11 grandchildren so far, I have 5 granddaughters and 6 grandsons. I just have had another baby grandson. I think he's like 3 days old now, My oldest son's son, So I've been blessed with life, And I'm very grateful that I woke up. I woke up at this very sacred time, And I'm still young. I'm only 56 years old, And I'm very grateful that I woke up at the age of 31 to embrace life to the fullest. My children, my grandchildren, So through my personal experience in my recovery, I've been sharing my experience, And I'm no longer ashamed to share this negativeness, this darkness that I had to go through to become a better human being, And I've been blessed in so many ways, because I do my very best to practice our philosophy, Like I said, itam sitset sohkyate sinmoy umangam nanawaknam. We always pray and want the best for all of humanity, And I know being Water Clan, I embrace everyone as brothers and sisters, you know. So whoever is all joining us, you now are my brothers and sisters, you know. And I welcome you also to come here to Hopi Tutskwa, you know, to see our beautiful ceremonies. And we're very grateful, we're very fortunate that we have many ceremonies, you know. Right now, we are in the ceremony of Katsina. Katsina are spiritual beings that come from the universe, you know. And they come in February, March. Last month, they were dancing inside the kiwa during the nighttime. And now they are going to be dancing in about another month. The first dance I heard of was Mother's Day. Some of the ladies at other villages were touched by their spirit, their songs, their energy, that they asked them to come to dance for the mothers, you know. So I look forward to that dance. And one thing about Hopi is, you know, there's 11 villages here on the land, you know. So there's 11 villages. There's first mesa that consists of 3 villages. Second mesa that consists of 3 villages also. Third mesa consists of 5 villages, you know. But we all practice the same ceremonies. But the interesting thing is we all have different dialects, you know. Just for example, in here at our mother village, Sumopavi, the word yes, we say ui, you know. The first mesa village, they say ooh. Now the third mesa, they say oh. Very different, you know. But when we talk to one another in our language, we know what village you're coming from because of your dialect, you know. But we understand each other's, you know. So even though we're all living here, every village is also very unique and different and respectful in their own way, you know. Everyone has their own perspective and perceptions on our teachings and even prophecy, you know. But it's still the same, you know. So my grandfather always said to me also, he said, "Pai haksusuk mumi tamo." You listen to everyone that is talking, you know, and sharing, you know. If it resonates with your heart, you take a little bit of their teachings, you know. But he also said, don't be so greedy to take everyone's, you know, because some of the teachings are not for you. It might be for somebody else, you know. And I share this a lot with my journey to different countries, you know. And I found out also that many people are very hungry for spirituality, you know. See, so they go searching. They go searching to many places, and some of them can go to the extreme, and they take, but then they don't know what they're going to do with this abundance of teachings, you know. And sometimes they can get sick also, you know, because that's not for them, but they took it, you know. So you have to do your best to find balance within everyone's teaching also, you know. Even me, you know, when I share, and if it doesn't resonate with you, it's okay, you know. I I might not be for you, my teachings might not be for you, but I only do and share what I really have experienced, you know, because it's my personal experience that I've gone through that have given me the strength that I know it can help someone, you know, someone to awaken your heart, you know. In Hopi, I call it unang talawa. Unangwa is your heart, you know. Talawa means to wake up, you know. And that's what I believe my role now here is for the time being, you know, to inspire and encourage people to wake up, you know. And as you know, time is very precious, Time is moving very fast. It's not going to wait for anyone. So it took me a while to wake up. And I'm very grateful what I have been blessed with. And I also have to say, life is very precious. Katsi. Katsi is life. So we don't take life for granted. I know I sure don't. I am very grateful for another chance. Maybe it's my last chance. So I take everything and do my best to be very respectful, be very grateful for what I've been given, that I know that it will help someone. Maybe if it only takes one person, but if more join, we become stronger. And I'm also a silversmith that I use a lot of the symbology of our ancestors to share the teachings. So ever since my sobriety, probably within the last 10 years, I focus a lot more on compassion and forgiveness, because that's what's lacking throughout Mother Earth and humanity, especially. Why is it so hard for us to forgive, especially ourselves? A lot of us, I know for myself, I grew up in an alcoholic family, and the pain that it caused myself, my younger sister, and my younger brother, it's pretty challenging. And I never wanted to become an alcoholic, but I ended up becoming an alcoholic. But I'm also very grateful and fortunate that I'm one of the very lucky ones that woke up. A lot of my friends that I drank with, they died very drastically also. And I'm pretty sure most of you know someone, or maybe even yourself, have had this challenge in your life also. And it's okay, but you can change. You can change because I'm a good example. I was pretty bad, but I changed, and I'm so grateful. So that's why I say, if I can change, anyone can change. Kamu hakna peve namu. Never doubt yourself. Kamu hakita peve namu. Never doubt anything that is out there. And this is also my grandfather's wisdom. He said, "Paina himu haki ukwatomu." There are all these spiritual beings out there. There is spirit in everything, even in a little stone, even on Mother Earth, the sand, a tree, a plant. All you need to do is have faith and ask for help. Once you ask for help, they will help you. But you have to be faithful, trusting, believe, faith. That's how spirituality works. It's so simple if you really believe in it. And when you practice it, you can see the benefits that will help you in every aspect of your life. I know it has for me, and I'm so grateful to to share this because it's for everyone. It's for everyone to receive the blessings. And I know every one of us, the ones that are watching, listening, feeling, thinking, have challenges in their own life also, right? We all have challenges. Even in my sobriety, I still have challenges. I know my darkness. I know I can't lie to myself, but it's that darkness that keeps me in balance that I have to consistently work on myself. And I'm very grateful and fortunate here in our mother village here, Sumupavi. We still have all the sacred ceremonies. The women's society, which we call Majao, and the men's society, which we call Wuzim, Tataokyam, Aal, and Kwakwan, 4 different men's societies we have here. So all of these societies in ceremony practice oneness. But the unfortunate side is, and speaking honestly, as the mother village here, we also fallen out of balance. We've fallen out of balance because we also got spiritually arrogant in our mind. Not many people talk about this, but I share this because this is the truth of what's happening to us, what has happened to us. But I have faith that many of us here can find the compassion to forgive. That's what's lacking here for now. We're still blaming each other. Umyanti. Well, you did this, without looking at ourselves. And if everyone here, especially, if we can just agree that we have made mistakes, instead of blaming anyone, just take accountability for our own actions, ask for forgiveness, and I believe this will create unity once again. And through my travels throughout Mother Earth to different countries, many people know about Hopi, and they give us the most highest respect. But little do they know, here on Hopi for over 20 years now, we have lost respect among ourselves. And what I've come to see and experience is, we Hopi are the microcosm, but we're also the macrocosm. Since we've fallen out of balance, so goes the rest of Mother Earth's children, just like here, all the 6 cardinal directions, the universe, and Mother Earth. So I've been encouraging my people, my elders especially, wake up, and let us forgive ourselves. That was my prayer that I put into the water here. And it's been my prayer ever since I woke up. This was prophesied that if we got to this point, we would be living in a very dangerous time. And we fulfilled it, unfortunately, because we didn't listen to Masa, the guardian, the caretaker of Mother Earth here. I think that's him calling. I, do you hear the ringing? But here is this spiritual being here. This is Masa. Masa is the guardian, the caretaker of Duwakatsi, of Mother Earth. There's another teaching that I can share next time. It's called the Hopi Prophecy Rock, which we refer to as Uwatutubeni. And it's carved into a stone at Third Mesa at the village of Oraibi. Unfortunately, this past summer, someone disrespected it by carving something else into it. So they closed that to the outside. To me, honestly, it's no one from the outside that did this. It's our own people that were, I think they were not in the right frame of mind. Whether they were probably intoxicated or on drugs or both. Nobody in their right mind would have done this. But nevertheless, it happened, and they have closed it out. And now many people are coming again, but they're not allowed to go see it. I know when I go there, him, this spiritual being, Masao, is at the bottom, pointing his arrow down below to where we came from, the third world, the world below us. He's pointing his arrow down below to remind us never forget what happened to the ancestors in the third world, And what happened in the third world is exactly what's happening throughout Mother Earth now. But it's heightened to such a degree right now. As you know, there's been a war going on for over 2 years now with Russia and Ukraine, brothers and sisters fighting among each others. And now we have Palestine and Israel fighting among each others. Same thing, brothers and sisters. We haven't listened to his teaching. I feel and I believe and I know he is the most compassionate being to allow us to live with him from coming from the third world and him allowing us to live with him in the fourth world. He knew what we were going to do because they asked him, "Can you be our chief?" And he shook his head and he says, "No, I cannot be your chief." They asked, "Why not?" I said, "I know what you're going to do living with me here, because you come with a big, broad vision in your mind. But maybe, someday, maybe in the journey in life, when you remember the agreement that you made with me, when you remember, then maybe I will leave. For I'm the first, but I'm also the last," is what he said. So we had no choice but to lead ourselves. And boy, what a good job we've done, right? I know it's sad to see what we become as humanity, but it's also beautiful to see our children. And I see two children right here because everything we're doing is for them. Na kabome, the future. The children are our future. But we, as parents, as fathers and mothers, grandfathers, uncles, we have to be the ones to teach them and clear the path for them so that they can be born into a better world here. And the children that are now here with us, they're listening. Like I see this little boy here, and I think that's his sister. It's very important that they're here in presence, because I'll say in Hopi, Sangao pumanat subhelyota. Since they are children, they are very pure, and we need that energy by just being present with us. And I know they're listening. I'm very happy to see this because I'm my own grandchildren, and I do my best of what I'm doing. So I'm sharing with my three sons right now. I have three sons. One of them's 30, one of them's 25, one of them's 22. They're going through their own challenging times, which they choose to dwell in alcohol and drugs. And I'm very honest to say this. It really disheartens me as a father, because I woke up so that they don't follow my footsteps, but they choose to do so. So I tell them, once you dwell in that, there are always consequences. The very first thing is you hurt this sacred body that we've been given. You disrespect it by abusing alcohol and drugs. I know I've done that, but I woke up. So no longer do I abuse this sacred body that I'm given for a time being, for a short time. So if you choose to do that, then you will be sick. And when you drink so much, you don't know what you're doing. That's why they call alcohol spirits, you know. When I drank so much, I didn't even know what I was doing. I became possessed, you know. And I've done many stupid things. And I did hurt also. And I'm very grateful that I woke up. So I've been sharing this with my sons when they were still young, you know. And now they're not that much young now, you know. They're right in that this sickness, you know. But all I can do is love them unconditional, no matter how disheartening it is to see them to go through what they're going through, you know. So I know I'm doing my best to share the teachings and to honor this being. He is the most compassionate being that I know, you know, to allow us to live with him here on Mother Earth, you know. And here he has the planting stick right here. That's the one I showed you here, you know. And then he has the corn. This one is yellow, but he has little different colors here. Represents all seeds of life, you know. And then he has a gourd of water here with a rain cloud and lightning symbol here. He said, with these three key elements, this is the survival here on Mother Earth, you know. And if you can live accordingly to the principles of life, then you're welcome to live with me here. Help me to take care of Mother Earth, you know. So we agreed. And with our this little blue corn has given us the life of Hopi, you know. This was chosen, and this is an exact replica of the corn that was chosen. And with this little blue corn, it's not so eye appealing, but it's sacred, you know. This gave us the life of Hopi to live in balance, in harmony, in unity, in peace within, you know, as we live accordingly with all of Mother Earth's children, you know. So I hope what I'm sharing with you resonates with you because like I said, now is the perfect time for planting. So I'm planting these seeds in everyone so that you can reap the benefits, you know. So when the corn grows, the plants grow, we have to continue to nurture it, just like our children, you know. So we consider all the crops that we planted, and when they're growing, we have to take care of them, just like our children, you know. And then when they come to fruition, then we reap the benefits from it, you know. But we also have to be mindful to save the seeds for the next generation, for the future, you know. And these are all seeds from our ancestors, you know. And one thing I like to share with this is see how small this little corn is. This is our philosophy, you know. Many people look at the bigger things in life, but they miss the smallest aspect things in life where the power is at, you know. So something so small, not so eye appealing, is very sacred, you know. So when you go out there from here on, you know, look around, but also look down and look at the smallest things in life that will give you the blessings, you know. That's where the spiritual strength is at, you know. This is something I've learned also, and I'm grateful for this teaching that I'm sharing with you that so that you can reap the benefits also, you know. So on pas nu sinalak mong was ni, you know. I can't be selfish to be the only one to benefit from this. So I'm helping and sharing this with you so that ak umamong was yan ipiyo, so you can benefit with it also too. Any questions so far? Comments?
Yes, Ruben. Wow. I mean, the birds have just been going crazy as you're talking.
Oi.
They're all resonating and so much of what you're sharing is like very soothing for my soul. And
Mm,
just appreciate the wisdom and also you sharing your vulnerable story and about your family and about your village and about your history and just the relatability that I know all of us have with that. Maybe whether it's alcohol or something else, you know, these we're all so sensitive to what's going on in the world. And so I think it can be quite easy for us to rely on things outside of us to cope, to numb, to try to get reprieve. And so you're really such an inspiration of walking this path of sobriety and choosing to live in this sacred way. And my question for you next is if you're called to share a little bit about the origins of the Rainbow Warriors prophecy
mm.
specifically, where did that come from and how would you put it into words if you were to explain what that prophecy is? And then on that note, you were sharing about the fourth world, and I don't know if everyone knows the Hopi connection and the story around the fourth world. And so if you want to share a little bit more about that, that would be great.
Okay. Okay. Let me get a little copy of that so I can show everyone.
Okay.
So the Rainbow Warriors question that you asked, we're not the only ones that have it. There's different natives that have this same teachings, and we don't refer to really it as prophecy. It's one of our teachings that we've been taught, all the way from our ancestors on down. But now, it's very important and crucial because time is of the essence for as many people to come together, of all the four colors, And I'm very grateful that we have the symbolism to share, because many people are visual learners, When they see something, they can learn that way. Some people can listen and learn that way also. But we're very fortunate that we are been given an abundance of symbology through our ancestors to share these teachings. And I'm very grateful and fortunate that I was taught the symbology of our ancestors from being in ceremony, from my grandfather, my my uncles, and through my own personal journey. So it's really important that we have to put aside our petty indifferences. It's so petty what we have as human beings. You know, the petty of envy and jealousy. When somebody is doing better for to better their lives, as example, this is what I had to go through, and I go through this also. When I was actually being no good and being disrespectful, nobody said anything about me. Oh, he's an alcoholic. But when I woke up and I start being good and doing good, that's where the criticism started to come. And it was pretty painful. And now I'm actually being good, doing good. And even sometimes it comes from own relatives and family. But I know it really stems from the pettiness of envy and jealousy. But what I learned from this is that I finally learned how to take it positively. You know. So I'm gonna say this very honestly. No matter how much shit people give me, I'll take their shit and I'll use it as fertilizer to keep planting the seeds of hope so that they can also awaken. And this is something I use in a very positive way. and it's gotten me stronger, and I'm doing my best to be compassionate and forgiving. I have a little bit left. I have a little bit so far. But with that little compassion and forgiveness, I'm able to find strength. So I have to say, it's okay if you don't like me. Honestly, I don't like everyone else, but I do my best to be kind and respectful. If I can do that, people can do that also too. It's something that I've learned on this journey, and it makes me a better human being. That's why I'm so grateful that I am given the clanship Pat Kiwuma from my mother. And we take the clanships of our mothers simply, respectfully, because you are Mother Earth. And when birth, you give birth through water also. So we honor and we respect our women, the feminine, divine spirit essence. And that's why we take the clanships of our mothers. The only thing we take from our fathers is the name according to their clan. So my father is Bear Clan. Hunwanga, Hunao is bear. That's why I was given the name Mamkasi, afraid of the bear. But this is something that we're very fortunate that we have. And that's why we do our best to respect our women, our daughters. Especially, like I said, I am very grateful that I have three beautiful daughters, and I have five beautiful granddaughters so far. And I know I'm gonna have more grandchildren. But Wuti, Mana, a lady and a girl, Pasikata is very precious, because you are the givers of life. You are the sacred feminine divine essence. I'm very fortunate for that. So what I have here is a copy of the Prophecy Rock teachings. I have a bigger banner about it, of this one also too, but next time when we connect again, I can share the whole teachings. Usually takes about an hour or hour and a half to go through the story. But quickly to remind you, here is the being, Masa, right here. He's right here at the bottom. And him being the guardian and caretaker, here he has a bow. And here he's pointing his arrow down below, to remind us, never forget of what happened to our ancestors from the third world. So our ancestors tried their hardest to escape the darkness in the third world. And the darkness, like I said, is simply what has heightened to such a degree now throughout the world with humanity. The wars, the fighting, all this unbalancedness already happened in the third world. So thankfully, graciously, Creator helped them to come out from the third world through the guidance. And when they came out, little did they know the darkness also came up with them. So the teaching here is, no matter how much you try to run from your darkness, you cannot run from it. Every human being has some kind of darkness within themselves. Once you embrace your darkness, then you become one with yourself and everything. And the key is the compassion to forgive, because it's the dark and the light that helps us to find balance, harmony, unity, peace within. So all of this teaches us that. So the bottom path here is what we call the Hopi way of life, when your heart and mind are connected. the top path represents the Kahopi way of life, when you are disconnected from your heart and only in your mindset. And these human beings up here, they're all holding hands, but they're smiling. When you look at them very closely, you can see they're smiling. They're smiling because they're having fun at other people's expense. These are the ones that cause the unbalancedness, the world wars. The two circles here represents the First World War brought upon the dark ones up here. And then the second circle represents the Second World War. Different human beings, but the same mentality of the dark ones, the ones that disconnected from their hearts. Nevertheless, we, our ancestors, and everyone that has gone through this, all the challenges, and now we are at this precipice right here where this line connects both paths. Now, if we find the compassion to forgive ourselves from all the mistakes we made from our ancestors to now, we will be allowed to come back on the right path, the spiritual path. But we can live a good life, a spiritual life, and we can easily be influenced into a life up here. And it's usually greed through money that corrupts us just like that. So it's a two-way path. Right here is a half circle. Here there's a little gap here. This is where the hope for humanity is, to awaken their hearts. And like I said earlier, when I first began my sobriety, maybe 3 years into my sobriety, I thought that everyone could wake up. But now, honestly, I don't think everyone's going to wake up. But I hope many people wake up to Mother Earth, so that awakening, wherever you are throughout Mother Earth, we can join together from where you are living respectfully, that we can go through this. This doesn't have to become a full circle where it's foretold it will be World War III. It might look like it right now, or it is very crucial what's happening. Like I said earlier, we are living in a very sacred, dangerous time. In Hopi, we say katubos katsi, a sacred, dangerous time we're living in. It's like we're living on a razor's edge, like a knife. One slip and you can die. That's how precious and dangerous how life has become. So I have hope and faith through my own personal experience that we can bypass this, as many people as possible. And this represents the corn, the planting stick. And then you see an elder with a cane walking in this journey in life, a long life, a healthy life, a happy life, a Hopi life. And when we die, when our time is up here on Mother Earth, this line goes all the way back up and behind the rock to the universe. That represents the infinite life of reincarnation. Now, if you don't find the compassion to forgive yourself because you got stuck in your mindset, and also our spiritual arrogance, which I call ego, our life will be chaotic and jagged. And if we don't forgive ourselves, and when we die, our spirit, our soul will be lost forever. It will never transcend into reincarnation. So we don't really speak about heaven or hell. We speak about the two paths of life. And it's every human being's choice to follow these two paths. I encourage everyone that's listening to do your best to follow the Hopi way of life, which is for all of humanity, that you can benefit. And the goal, the vision is to strive and thrive for this here, this circle. Sumi, oneness, the fifth world, right here. That's simply said, but the story, the teachings of what happened in the third world, how we came out to the fourth world, is all part of this teaching. So I'm just sharing a little bit about it to you so that you hopefully can understand a little of this teaching here. And the thing also is, it's also on the internet. So if you Google Hopi Prophecy Rock, you can find it on the internet. It's in someone's perspective and perception of their teachings. So Google it, thanks to Google, that you can see and you can read what somebody else is sharing. I've been very fortunate, have been taught by three elders who no longer are here. And it's all told in our language. It took about over 2 hours to really hear, feel the essence of the story in our own language. But I do my best to mold it into about an hour, so that people can understand and receive it in a good way to receive the blessings also. So next time I can share with you more in depth, with my bigger banner, which is more clear. But this is a copy that when I share, I always give people copies so that they can take this with them. But I always tell them what you hear, what you see, but more importantly, what you feel, you help me to share it, because it's for all of humanity to receive the blessings, because we need one another. We need one another. Doesn't matter who you are. We're brothers and sisters, all children of Mother Earth and Father Universe. There's a reason why we're all here. So don't think that you're here just to have fun. We can have fun in many ways, but to really have reason for why we were given this precious life through our mothers and fathers. Be grateful and thankful for the time we have here. Because as like I said, time is short, time is precious. Life is precious.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for that introduction to that, and looking forward to hearing more. I feel like the closing notes I'm interested in, when you see suffering in your own backyard and out in the world, especially knowing and hearing from you how much that does pain you. How do you find inner peace within, and how do you maintain balance with your own life, your own health, your own just daily living, even while seeing others suffer, even seeing that there's pain out in the world? And do you engage with it? Do you participate with that? Do you go out to try to help? What's your relationship to that while also maintaining your own inner peace?
Great, powerful question. um, when I wake up, but before I go to sleep, I always pray for my children, especially my three sons, that I hope they find the awakening within themselves, the spirit to touch their hearts so that they wake up, to always watch over them. And then I always pray for myself that I don't have bad dreams. And then I go to sleep. But when I wake up, whenever I wake up, I'm not really an early riser, but whenever I wake up, I always give thanks to father son. Kwakwai tao ay tanay, I say. Thank you, my father son, Kwakwat umlunmat selak pitamoy kyang tamamiyamay. Thank you for coming and giving us your light and your warmth. And then I would say, "Pai na naput tatay." I just barely woke up. But I know you'll accept my prayers. But let me have a good day, first day evening, with my children, with my dogs, with all the spirits. Let us all come together again as we walk throughout the day, first the evening. And may I not harm anyone, and may no one harm me also. And I thank you for receiving my prayers. Much blessings to you, my Father, and the spirits. And I always inhale Hiksi, the breath of life, from the ray of the light from the sun and touch my heart to always have a good heart. Touch my mind to have a clear mind. And I give thanks. Then I come in. Well, I'm in my shop right now where I make my jewelry. And when I work on my jewelry, as a human being, we all go through all kind of emotions daily. I have happiness, I have sadness, I have anger, disheartenment, everything that you can feel as a human being. So I put this all into my jewelry and I'm sitting here for hours. But when I finish it, I say one thing. Kwa, kwa. Thank you is what the men say. Gratitude. Kwa, kwa. The women, they say asquali. So you have a feminine way to say it. For the women, asquali, kwa, kwa, masculine. Kwa, kwa. Paisan hak it iunangway. Non mat akmong wasni. Whoever this beautiful piece of jewelry goes to, may they find and feel my spirit, my essence, my energy, and may you benefit from it. And it's simply what I go through every day. But when I'm called to go to different places, I always ask for protection. And I have bear root, osha, osha root. It's our old ancestral medicine from darkness, for protection. But I always tell people it's also for us to protect ourselves from our own darkness. And I strongly believe and have faith in this. And being Water Clan, but also being Bear Clan from my father's side, I also give this to the people to protect themselves with. And I'm grateful that simple little things like this, every little thing that you give, you will receive so much blessings in return when you give unconditionally. I know I've received so many blessings in my life, and I'm so grateful. And I'm very simple. I'm very simple. I know you put me as an elder on there. I'm like, I'm not an elder. If you want to refer to me, call me Kwa, grandfather, because I am a Kwa. I am a grandfather. Or I choose to go by H2OPI messenger, because I am water and I'm a messenger. But how I came to this name is, like I said earlier, I led a group of runners all the way from Hopi to Mexico City in the year 2006 on behalf of water. And it took me 2 years to coordinate it with a lot of people. And I would have never done this if I didn't have my sobriety. My sobriety is my strength. Without it, I am no longer this person. So my sobriety, what keeps me walking this path. A lot of the natives refer to it as the red road. And it's very It's an awesome journey to walk on, you know. That doesn't mean it's simple. It has all these challenges along the way, you know. But when you embrace these challenges, you become stronger every step of the way, you know. So, like I said, I was a very strong runner at that time. I was at my most physical strength in 2006. I was 135. I was very physical. I went to go play basketball after we got done a week later, and I hurt my knee, which is another story, you know. But it taught me a little sense of humility, you know, because no longer can I be competitive now. And that competitiveness also came from my ego, you know. But when my knee got hurt, you know, and I love basketball, and it's true, what you love can hurt you also too, you know. So people say love hurts. My love for basketball also was very painful, you know. The darkness, the dark ones found my weakness for my love of basketball, and that's how they attacked me, you know. I can say this honestly because this is what happened, you know. But I'm grateful that it taught me a painful lesson. It also taught me my ego came down because no longer can I compete. But what I've experienced was running through, jogging, first walking and jogging through the place that I used to walk through and run through real fast, you know. But when I could no longer run fast, I would start looking around and I'm like, wow, lumayan tayo, you know. It's beautiful out here, you know. You see the birds, you feel the spirit, you know, the gentle wind, and you see the beauty of the land. And no longer am I able to run fast, you know, but to be grateful. What beauty we have here, you know, the spirits, you know. So I honestly say I can't really run no more, but I can sure run my mouth now. It's very easy, you know, very simple, you know. It takes no effort.
Well, we're grateful for that and your generosity, willingness to share, to be with us here today. So appreciated. And honestly, exactly the messages, the medicine, the wisdom I know I needed and I can feel spoke to so many of us here and those that will watch the recording. So my deepest mahalos to you.
Okay. Well, there's a documentary made on the run. So Google H2OPI run, and you'll see the documentary on YouTube, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So you know I'm not lying to you.
Okay. Yeah, I will look that up and then send it to everyone as well.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And I like to close this circle off with a song also too. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me get my drum outside. It's been getting warm, so I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. And thank you all for being here. This has been so special to feel you and to all be receiving this, participating in this as a community. I'll be certainly sending out the recording, so feel free to share it with anyone that you know that this would touch.
Now I'm trying to look for my drumstick. Just had it here, but my grandson was in here earlier. Today is his second birthday, so he must have put it somewhere. I just had it here. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay, found it. So speaking of Mexico, this drum is from our ancestors, our relatives called the Raramuri that lives in Chihuahua, you know. So I bought this a couple years ago when we were down there. So I'm gonna use this drum to honor them because they're also very, very strong runners, you know, run very long distances, you know. So this song is about the eclipse. As you know, that we had an eclipse on the 8th, you know. And this song is a teaching of when the grandfather moon and the father sun come together, you know. Many natives and many cultures refer to the moon as grandmother also, but we refer to it as grandfather. The grandmother we refer to is spider woman, Gokyangso, you know. So when they come together, they hold a council. They hold a council and a meeting as they look down upon Mother Earth and all the children. So in this song, the meaning is, and the message is, we've come together once again to look down upon Mother Earth and our children. We're very happy with all the insects, the plants. We're very happy with the winged ones, you know, of how they're living their life according to Creator's law, the natural law. We're very happy for all the animals for living in balance with Creator's law. But we're very disheartened with the two-legged humanity. Many people have fallen into the darkness. Very few have awakened, you know, awakened their hearts, you know. We're grateful for them, but many people are still asleep, you know. What more can we do? Is what they're saying each other. We've given them all the light, all the warmth, all the love, all the compassion. Should we let them come to their own demise? Or should we give them another opportunity to awaken their hearts? Maybe then that's where the hope is for humanity and all life. So before they leave, they say, let's give them another opportunity that they can change. If only they can find the compassion to forgive themselves and find the awakening within themselves. For that's the hope for the world and the future of humanity. And as they part ways, they say in Hopi to each other, much spiritual strength to you, as I will see you again when our paths cross again. Away, Pila. Yes, you too. Naksani. Be happy and go on your journey until we meet again. So this is this song. So have faith and hope that we can wake up, you know. But you must share this with others so that they can benefit from it. So join me in prayer. Yan hakamoy. Uwi mahalay kyang gumu katsiyuk kalyani. Kahita puyakyang lon mat pitch konat piang pasu makwilalay kuyan. Halay kya kyang uyumak nawo kyang tutan hapipi uwi. Pai lon mat ni. Yes yo ni. Uyumak itati moyanta katsitam nawo kyang tusuk hita iponini tutakame mumuman. Kokoy. Simple translation, this is how it is. May you all live long, healthy, happy, hippie, Hopi lives towards old age. Now, I want everyone to close this off with joining me. Okay, with your left hand, with your heart, go like this. And your right, your mind, put it like this. So your heart and your mind are friends, like the symbol, you know. And then put it into a circle like this. Make a circle. So when you embrace your darkness with the compassion and forgiveness, you become one with yourself. The key is your heart. This I call holiness. So from my holiness to everyone, may you benefit in every aspect of your life. You know, this is all energy, frequency, vibration. You know, simple but powerful when you believe in it. You know, Kokwa, kokwa. Thank you very much. You know, and if you have any questions, and want to ask or comment, just friend me on Facebook Messenger. I'll make sure I'll reply to you also too. And if I don't know the answer, I'll Google it. Kwakwa, kwakwa. Thank you very much.
Many blessings, so much gratitude, big love. Talk to you soon.
Wait, wait. Asa namamirig ni. We'll see you again. Hakim Pasya mo. Be careful so we can see you again. We have no word for bye in our language, See you later.
We'll see you later. See you later, everyone.
Kwakwa, kwakwa.